Have you ever wondered why making decisions can sometimes feel like a Herculean task? Decision-making in essence is a complex process. It's not just about weighing pros and cons, it's a dance of the mind, a ballet of the brain if you will, where every choice is a potential partner vying for the spotlight. Our brains are wired to process information, but when faced with multiple choices, the complexity can often feel overwhelming. This is where the concept of cognitive load comes into play. Think of cognitive load as the mental effort required to process information. It's like the brain's bandwidth. Just as your internet slows down when too many devices are connected, your brain can struggle when overloaded with too many choices. Our brains naturally try to avoid this overload. They crave simplicity, clarity, and ease. So decision-making can be a complex process. But what if we told you there are frameworks to make it easier? Scene script. Enter cognitive psychology, a field that studies how we process information and make decisions. Cognitive psychology delves into the depths of our minds, exploring our mental processes, and how they shape the choices we make. It's like a backstage pass to the concert of consciousness, granting us access to the unseen processes that drive our decisions. Consider perception, for instance. It's our first interaction with the world around us, and it sets the stage for the decisions we make. Are we perceiving the situation accurately? Are our senses providing us an honest representation of reality? These are the questions cognitive psychology helps us answer. Then there's memory. Every decision we make is influenced by our past experiences and the knowledge we've accumulated over time. Our memories act like an internal database, guiding us as we navigate through life's myriad of choices. Problem solving, too, plays a significant role. It's the process of finding solutions when faced with challenges. Cognitive psychology studies how we approach problems, how we evaluate possible solutions, and how we choose the best course of action. But what about cognitive biases? These are systematic errors in thinking that can sway our decisions in sometimes irrational ways. They're like optical illusions of the mind, distorting our perception of reality. Cognitive psychology helps us understand these biases, making us aware of their potential influence over our decisions. Understanding cognitive psychology can give us insights into our decision-making process, but how can we apply this knowledge practically? There are several frameworks that cognitive psychology suggests can improve our decision-making. Let's delve into a few of these that can potentially clarify our thinking process and help us make more effective decisions. First up is the OODA loop, an acronym that stands for Observe, Orient, Decide, Act. This model encourages us to continually cycle through these 4 steps in any decision-making process. We start by observing the situation at hand, orienting ourselves within it, deciding on a course of action, and finally acting on that decision. This cyclical process allows for constant reassessment and adjustment, ensuring our decisions remain relevant and effective as situations evolve. Next, we have the Recognition Primed Decision, RPD, model. This framework suggests that decision-makers typically use their past experiences to recognize patterns and decide quickly, sometimes without even realizing they've made a decision. This can be a powerful tool when time is of the essence, but it's also important to be mindful of the potential for bias that comes with reliance on past experiences. Finally, let's consider the Sinefin framework. This model helps us understand that not all decisions are created equal. Some are simple, some complicated, some complex, and some chaotic. Recognizing the nature of the decision at hand can guide us toward the most appropriate approach and help manage our cognitive load. By understanding and applying these frameworks, we can make decision-making a less daunting task. In a nutshell, decision-making is a complex process, but understanding it can be less intimidating. We've journeyed through the labyrinth of decision-making, unpacking its intricate nature. We've discovered how our brains, with all their cognitive nuances, play a crucial role in how we make choices. Then, we delved into the fascinating world of cognitive psychology, which aids in understanding our decision-making process better. This understanding is not just intriguing, it's empowering. It allows us to recognize and navigate the cognitive biases that often cloud our judgment. Finally, we explored practical frameworks that can help refine our decision-making skills. These tools are not just theoretical constructs, they are practical mechanisms that can guide us in making sound, well-informed decisions. So, armed with the knowledge of cognitive psychology and these frameworks, you are now better equipped to tackle the challenges of decision-making. Remember, every choice you make shapes your future, so make them wisely.